What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 best submachine guns here in Black Ops 3. I'm going to give you guys a rundown on the gun setup itself. That way you guys can test it out to what I think is probably the best setup for the gun itself. But to find out more information and how to set up your guns for Black Ops 3, stay after this. Hey everyone, Dark Jedi here. So I'm going to be showing you the top 5 best submachine guns for Black Ops 3. These are my own personal preferences, and I'm going to show you the actual setup for each one of the weapons for you to go ahead and test out yourself, whether you do it in a private match, public match, custom games, whichever way you want to go and test them. So I'm going to start off with the Kuda. This is actually one of my top 3 that I go to for when I'm playing on actual pubs. For my Kuda, I would use an optics. Well, of course optics, but what kind? It would be reflex. Now you can also use the ELO if you want to. These guys here, I don't really care for them because it's too closed in. I like having a little bit more to be able to see. And then I have a quick draw. I usually put that on pretty much everything just because I'm a running gunner, so I have to be able to bring the gun up. And then reducing the coil or recoil is going to be grip. You can use stock, but it's not going to be able to do too much for when it comes to the recoil. It's more for mobility. And then I also use the FMJs. FMJs I put on pretty much everything just because of the fact of the weapons themselves. I like to give them a little bit more of an advantage, and I also like to shoot people who go behind walls. So FMJs are usually my go-to, as well as quick draw. Now, as you guys can see, I don't have anything else listed here other than the grenade and having a secondary. You can tinker with all those other things underneath the primary optics and attachments. It's just everyone plays differently, so use it to your own style. But for the gun itself, and for the remaining of the other guns, remaining of the other videos that I do top weapon setups, it's going to be for just the weapon, just because of the fact of everyone plays differently. So moving on to number 2, we have the VMP. Now this is a ridiculously good gun. I mean, it shoots so quickly. It's like a mixture of the MSMC and the MP7. Like they had a baby, and this is what you get. So for this, I'm using a reflex. Again, you can use the ELO or any other type of one you want to use. I have quick draw, grip, full metal jacket. So we go down to Vesper. This is like the Scorpion from Black Ops 2. Scorpion and the FAMAS. Very good gun. It's my number 2 that I go to. This is my number 3, the VMP. So for the Vesper, you're gonna want to always have a sight. If you're good without having sights and you're good with the iron, go with the iron sight. That will clear up a slot, which is good. But I have quick draw and FMJ. It's already powerful enough as it is, but FMJ, like I said, I like to always put that on there just to give it a little bit of extra oomph whenever I'm shooting someone. Now, I do have suggestions below where you can keep a frag, always have a frag for that backup. If you don't put a frag, replace it with a secondary. You definitely need scavenger because of how quick the clip ends for this, and then gung ho. You need that as well. But again, everyone plays differently. And then number 4, we have the Pharaoh. This is basically like an MSMC. I always try to make sure I'm going to say that right before I say it. And for this, I have a reflex. Again, you can choose any optic you want. I got quick draw, FMJ, and then a long barrel. Now, this is actually not bad either because it's got a lot of power coming out of the gate, but it is ridiculously good. It reminds me of also the MP7. Like, again, those two have a brainchild, that's what you get. Of course, you're going to need scavenger as well because it's going to run out of ammo pretty quickly, especially if you don't have a secondary. So if you don't want to have any lethals or tacticals, switch it for a secondary, preferably the pistol. The first one is good to have because it's got much longer distance for when you can shoot. If you go with the 3 burst, that's fine. It should still do okay for you. But yes, you definitely want to have Gung Ho and Scavenger for this one. And technically, there should only be top 4 best submachine guns. Razorback is kind of like a, it's got its good times and its bad times. These other ones, I don't have to put too much on them to make them great out of the gate. Like, the Cuda's good by itself, add a couple things to it, it's not bad. The VMP, you don't have to add anything other than a sight and it's great. The same thing with the Vesper, you don't have to add a damn thing and just put a sight on it and you're good. Pharaoh, I haven't had a chance to really go and play in multiplayer with it, but from what I've played through just private match, it is a very good gun. Need a little bit of things to it, but not too much. But the Razorback, it's a 50-50 chance, pretty much. It's good, but it's also kind of slow. But it's not a bad one. The only one I think that's bad is the Weevil. That one is just, don't even touch it. Like, it's garbage. But every category is gonna have one. But anyways, for the Razorback, I have the Reflex Optic, I got Grip, FMJs, and Quick Draw. Of course, I only have one slot left, so I mean, again, you can mess with all these things at the bottom. There's no suggestions really. It's just I wanted to show you guys what you can do for the weapon itself. So with all these things attached to it, that's what the stats are going to be. See how the damage really isn't that great for the Razorback, but you can increase it a little bit when you have the FMJs on there. With the Grip and the Quick Draw, it helps with your accuracy, which is important. So if we go over and look at the Pharaoh Pharaoh's pretty well balanced by itself, even if you don't go and add FMJs. So let me go over here. So if we add the FMJs, it increases it a little bit. Quick Draw is always important, helps the accuracy by a lot. And then the long barrel will increase the range. So it pretty much evens it out. It's a very well balanced weapon. For the Vesper, my baby, I love the Vesper. You're gonna add Quick Draw, you're gonna add the FMJs, and you should be good. I mean, the damage on it is ridiculous. The accuracy is really good. It is not a gun for range, and I can definitely vouch for that. I've tried doing it, and it gives away your position way too easily because of the fact that you're trying to aim for someone who's really, really far away, but you gotta kind of play it by sight. You know, is it going to be something that you think you can get all bullets on or half your clip on from that distance? Otherwise, you're going to have to come up with another strategy. But it's not good for range, but it's good for up close and personal. So this is a running gunning favorite. The VMP. You add a Quick Draw, the Grip, and the Full Metal Jacket, and it is very well balanced as well. It's got great range. The accuracy goes way up when you add the Quick Draw and the Grip. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the damage from the FMJs is just icing. It's very good. And then the Cuda. You add the Quick Draw, the Grip, and the FMJs. The damage isn't too high, so that's why I put the FMJs on there, but it still works. Especially when you have the accuracy, and the range is ridiculous, and the fire rate is just great. So it's a very good starter, even if you don't have all these things unlocked. Since the Cuda is the #1 weapon that you get to have when you first start the game, all you gotta do is add the Quick Draw. That increases your accuracy like crazy. And then you go ahead and just put a sight on it, and you'll be pretty solid until you're able to unlock all the other stuff. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much the setup for the top 5 submachine guns for Black Ops 3. If you have any suggestions for me to try, let me know in the comment section below. If you do give these a shot, let me know how they turned out for you. And if you have any feedback on what you think are the top best submachine guns in Black Ops 3, let me also know about those in the comments. But anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, definitely go ahead and check out the content. If you like it, definitely subscribe. Don't forget to also comment, like, and share, and I'll see you guys in future videos. Take care and keep being awesome.